So there's been a bit of activity in the past couple of days. Yeah, we got the governor's message. Nothing I didn't expect. So I know some people feel kind of distraught by it. My advice to that is, don't be. That's the government. It's really nothing unexpected. The most unexpected was their acknowledgement of their failures. I was like, wow! That's the only thing that really took me by surprise. Is that they actually admitted and acknowledged those faults. So in my own mana'o, just listening to that, again, I guess kind of said earlier, it's kind of 50-50 for me. You know, we got their attention, we got them thinking, we got them acknowledging their faults and looking ahead to do better. However, how can we trust the same system to try and do better? As far as I'm concerned, we're seeing this is the beginning of the end of the state's control over this mountain. This is the beginning of the end of Office of Mauna Kea Management's control over this Mauna. I think what they're asking inside there I'm hearing is, oh, how can we help? How can we do better on the Mauna? I think they need to go through a process where we sit them down and we ask them, what did you do wrong on the Mauna? Because if they can't even figure out what they did wrong, if they can't even acknowledge what they did or what they did not do, then we got the wrong people. Well, we already knew that, but that's the wrong people to take care of the Mauna. And again, so one thing is that a lot of that is just addressing the future lease of the Mauna. It's all looking toward the master lease that's coming up, or whoever will lease the mountain in the future after 2033, whether it be university continuing for another 65 years or what. So it's not addressing the immediate. And that's where I think the EHA is coming to a lot of us. We're talking about an immediate threat to the Mauna right now. And for me, when you listen to his message, he contradicts himself right off the bat. He acknowledges all the mistakes that were done by state and everything in the past. So if he acknowledges that there were mistakes, well, what are the mistakes? Building, you know, all this intense building and construction on the Mauna. But at the same time, he's willing to allow or continue to allow the building of the biggest construction ever to come to the Mauna. So it's so contradictory to itself. So with that, we know that they're planning on coming back. So we need to be prepared. For the past month or so, we haven't had any action, so we've allowed our numbers to come down and everything up here too. But now it's going to be really important that we communicate with our ohana, with our friends, our neighbors, to remind them and let them know that, you know, the Mauna is going to be calling. We have, you know, via Facebook and other contact information that we can get the word out very quickly. We can bring thousands of people to the Mauna, you know, like that. So they still don't understand that process. When they look at the camp and they think, oh, see, support's dwindling. For me, I've said, no, we're just being smart about managing our resources. We don't need to have masses on the mountain right now, this whole time, because we kind of had word from TMT prior to this that they said they were not going to try and push the way up the mountain. But now we're back in that state in which they will. So, there's a different advantage to it that they might not be calculating very well, is that really we had that many people defend the mountain back in April, when was the arrest?
April 2nd.
April 2nd. So we had that many people, and all that did was roll this up. Now it's everywhere. So when we put the call out, we now have commitments for people across the Kukia'imauna and all are on our own moku. Even people on the continental U.S. who said they can fly down when need be. So that's what we want to make sure that we can tap into. So I'm just kind of, again, sharing a lot of the information that I have. Because again, I'm not going to be here for the next month. And it's no secret. So it's not a matter, it's no secret. I've told, they all know, and if anybody saw my Facebook for the past 8 months, I've been fundraising for this stuff and organizing. So it's not a secret that I won't be here. Habani and Ruth, we won't be here. But there are many alaka'is that we have now that can ka'ako'o and help to Mauna and help to organize. So I think it's time we were granted basically with this time of no action, couple of almost a month and a half of planning time. Now it's time we got to tighten all those things up. And I'm all right with multiple different ways of communication, multiple different ideas, even multiple different groups. But for me, if we put all it into one head and they cut the head off, it's gone. So I like having multiple, so they don't. It's harder for them to strike. If one drops, that's okay. You got another one's coming. As long as everyone is on the same path to protect the Mauna and to do it so pono. I know I could kind of feel the energy, even at Kauai. After the governor's speech, could anyone else feel it? You could just feel it in the air. So much. Let down and energy and
I was reaffirmed. I was more.
Many of us who've been following this, okay, it was kind of like, okay, but I know for a lot of our lahui out there was a lot of anger, there was a lot of hurt. That's why, from my perspective, putting out there was kind of like, no, don't let it get the best of you. We expected that. Yeah, I didn't expect all the other part, the acknowledgement of what comes to pass. So there has been different ideas and stuff shared. We have our different kind of things planned up, but the bestest thing is that we have the access to the masses. There's a couple of different things out there. There's the Mauna Kea alert system now. I think the Selly thing is still here, and we still got Facebook, and Instagram, and
Slack.
all of that.
Slack too. We gotta get you on Slack, but
Slack?
Slack.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
No Slack.
Slack.
Slack's kind of like
I missed that one.